private jets, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child. And then won't lay today, make me wonder who you might have been playing with. Makes me wonder who you think.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, it is a watch me work, as you can see here. And it's hot, so I have the AC on, so I feel like you guys are gonna hear it in the background. My bad, but it's hot. So anyway, you guys, I am going in with prepping the nail. I pushed back her cuticles. Now I am gently going over her nail plate with a sanding band, and I have my eval on low. It's on like 2,000 or 3,000 RPMs, and I'm just going very gentle. She had nails on prior to this. She went to just a local salon and had ripped them off. And so there was some damage to her nails from previous sets. So I really just wanted to be gentle. And I mean, you want to be gentle anyway on the natural nail. The purpose of this is to remove the shine, not to remove any thickness of the natural nail, so to say. So anyway, I am doing that. And then so I've known this girl for a while, you guys. We both had people that were in jail, and her person told my person to have me send a message to her. So that's how we met, and we just kind of linked up. And it's crazy because it's like 9 years later, and me and her were both on a destructive path back then, and now we are both on a much healthier path today. And so it's just been cool to meet someone and just kind of see both of our lives change, you know? So anyway, she had gotten her nails done from me back when I was doing travel appointments when I first started. And then, you know, things happened and she wasn't able to get her nails done. And so she hit me up and was like, girl, I really been wanting to get my nails done from you. Like, let's do it. So I was like, bet. So anyway, she came over and we had a lot of catching up to do. Okay, and she's never gotten long nails, and so she had showed me a picture of one of my nails and was like, I want them like this. And it was like a tapered square, so I decided to use these coffin tips from 876 Nails that I got from Paige. And when you cut them down, they're not as coffin. So anyway, she really liked this shape, and this is her first time getting long nails, you guys. She's always had jobs where she couldn't wear long nails. And so she was like, fuck it, I have a job that I can do whatever I want with my nails now. They can be as long as I want them. She was wanting them a little longer, but I kind of talked her into doing it this length. And she's so happy with them. Just for someone that's never had long nails before, I didn't want her to hurt herself. But these are still long nails and they're still beautiful, and she is rocking them graciously. Okay, she is just a natural long nail baddie. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, you guys, so here I am just kind of going over the shape, yada yada. I went in with my ball bit over the cuticles, and I always put my eval in reverse, and then I kind of adjust my hand as it goes around the cuticle, so that way I'm not having to put it in the opposite direction to get the other half like people do. And then right now I'm going back in with the sanding band, and I am just filing over the little wings right there. Basically, these tips are really thick, and so I like to just file over a little bit to kind of make this not such a bump right there. And then because I was doing just a clear set, I do file over the nail tip itself, just to help it not slide as much. So well, she's not doing clear nails, I'm using clear acrylic. So anyway, you guys, now I am going in with my dehydrator, which is acetone. I go in 2 times, and I do one hand at a time, right? So that way they can still use their other hand. Okay. And then I go in with 2 coats of my No Lift Nails primer. This is an acid-based primer. I absolutely love it. I used to just do Protein Bond, and then I was having some lifting. Some people would have some lifting, so I added this to it. And then I just kind of started just using the No Lift Nails primer, and it's been working out. So again, you guys, so I put this in real time, and this is me just putting a clear layer down, and then after I put this clear layer down, I move on to the next hand, and I dehydrate, and then I prime, and then I put the clear layer down, and then I build the nails. And that's to just get that out of the way so I can keep it pushing, keep the flow going, and that way, because if I like, say I did this hand first, built the nails, all that, sometimes I have forgotten to like do the other hand of dehydrator and primer. So I just like to get it all out the way at the beginning, and go from there. And so this part is in real time, just this part, because as you guys can see, I'm a freaking slowpoke, okay? I just work really slow, and of course we had a lot of catching up to do, so we were talking, we kept taking breaks. This was definitely just like more of like a kick it session, and it was nice. I definitely enjoy hanging out with my clients. Don't get me wrong, I am trying to get faster, and so watching my videos back in real time, I'm like, holy shit, I am just like slow poke turtle mode, okay? Like, my room was still pretty cool right now. It does start getting warmer on like her next hand and stuff, and so I was able to move a little bit faster, but you know, you gotta wait for the acrylic to polymerize, and you don't want to just pick it up and put it on the nail and wipe it off. You want to be able to mold it and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, I work really slow, and I want to stop working slow. I want to start picking up the pace, but still providing the same quality. So, just being aware of those things now is something that I'm focusing on. So, anyway, you guys, this is the only part that's in real time. I could not torture you guys into watching me do these long nails in real time. That would have been a long video. So, anyway, you guys, like I said, I go ahead and I put down this thin clear layer. Even though I'm just using clear acrylic to build the nails, I still like to do this first. And then, like I said, I go and I do the other hand, and then I'll build the acrylic. And that helps with my adhesion. It protects the primer, and then I also don't forget to do the other hand. So, and normally, like if you were using a colored acrylic, you would do this as well, or like a glitter, to protect the natural nails from staining and for better adhesion, because clear is the purest form of acrylic. But again, like I said, I like to just do this anyway, regardless of what set I'm doing. And you just need a really thin layer right here to cover the nail plate. I wasn't as worried about getting it super thin, because like I said, I was going in with clear. But anyway, guys, so now this is 2 times the speed, because I'm slow. I am a slow poke, okay? And working with clear is so different from working with nude. It's not so different. It's definitely different. Building the nail with clear than building it with a nude. Yeah, sometimes I just do not like building the nail with clear, but it is what it is. So, anyway, you guys, this is me just doing the acrylic application. So she had sent me a design, and it was an AI design, and I was like, girl, this is AI. Like, I'm going to tell you up front right now, like, I'm not going to be able to copy and paste this, you know, and because some people, that's their expectations. Some people expect it to be identical, copy and pasted, and that's that. And but then there's other people that are like, I just want something along the lines of this, and they're chill, and they're not picky, and they're you know what I'm saying? And she's like that. She's not picky, she's chill. So I told her, I was like, girl, I cannot copy and paste this. she's like, no, that's fine. You just kind of do whatever, something like this. And so I was talking to her and asking her what about the set that she liked. And it was the black and purple and then kind of like a galaxy theme, right? So I was like, yeah, I got you. I can do that. And I always try to communicate with my clients about that. Like, if I can't do a design, I have no shame in telling them that, yeah, I can't do that. Like, either I don't have the skills to do that, or I don't have the products to do that. Um, or I'll be like, okay, let me try. I've never done it before. Let me see, and I'll show you what it looks like, and you can decide if you still want that. Or it's hey, I'm not 100% sure if I can execute this. Pick out a backup design just in case. And that has saved me and my clients a lot of headaches. I have no shame, like I said, in admitting that I don't know how to do something. Because my top priority is making sure that my clients are satisfied with their nails. And so also throughout my sets, I check in with them with the length. Okay, is this okay? Before I move on to the next step, okay, is this shape okay? Like, I'll do a couple nails and I'll ask them. I was watching someone do nails the other day, and it was live, and he got done shaping the nails, put on primer, and she goes, and they were almond. They were like a pointy almond. And she goes, after he did all 10 nails of shaping and was literally getting ready to put on acrylic, she goes, these are too long and I want them more round. And my jaw just dropped. I was like, wait, what? Like, why wouldn't you tell him after the first hand, and be like, hey, so that way he could go in and do the other hand how you wanted it. And so he laid the acrylic because his primer was already on, and then when he went into shape, he did her pinky and was like, hey, is this good? He shortened it and he made it more round, and she was like, yeah, but I could tell by her how she responded, she wasn't okay with it. I was like, watch, he's gonna get all done filing and she's gonna say she doesn't fucking like it. Sure enough, she did. And so literally he is getting ready to paint, and she's like, can you make them a little bit shorter and not as pointy, like the same thing? And I'm like, why? So this guy literally had to go in and reshape her nails like 3 times, but he asked her, is this okay, before he moved on to the rest of the 9 fingers, and she said yes. And that to me was just like, that would have been so irritating to me. Like, and he just did it. He stayed quiet, he stayed polite, and I'm like, dang, that would have been so hard for me to not say anything. Like, I absolutely would have been like, next time, can you tell me a lot sooner so we're not wasting time? Like, it was crazy. I was just beside myself on it. So I like to keep communication with my clients, and I ask them along the way and all of that. So I'm gonna let you guys watch this application and I'll come back. All right, so now here we are filing, and this portion of my voiceover is a couple days later, actually a week later. So my bad. I definitely got sidetracked and then busy, and then so here it is, like 8 in the morning, and I'm like, let me just get this done. Okay, this is just ridiculous. It's taking me way too long to get this freaking video out, you guys. So sorry about that. And anyway, you guys, so this is my normal filing routine. I am using a 180 grit file, and I believe these ones are called the moon shape. I like them though because one end is curved and then the other is straight. And so I always start, I have the same filing routine for those of you that are new. I try to stick to like a routine when it comes to like my bead placement, of course, and then fill in where it needs to be filled in, and then same with a filing routine. So as you can see, I started on the underneath and the side walls, and then I did the free edge, and then I work from the sides up to the center of the nail, just flattening out the acrylic, making sure there's no dips, lumps, bumps, making sure that my structure is correct, and there's taking away the bulk in areas that need to be taken away, whatever, stuff like that. So but I start the same, like, see, I start underneath both sides, and that's why I like the curved, because it helps not put notches right there in the nail. So, and then I do the free edge, and then I start from the sides, and I work my way up to the center. And so that has just been my filing routine forever, and it just helps your nails be more seamless and look more uniform together. Anyway, and then because these nails are longer, you're definitely wanting to make sure that you're supporting the nail more. A lot of times I would have my ring finger under the nail when I was filing it, because you don't, like, as you're filing it, you don't want to put pressure on the nail plate and cause your client discomfort. So you definitely want to make sure with the longer nails and stuff, you're definitely supporting like the sides and the underneath and stuff if you're really having to get in there and file and stuff. So that's the last thing we want to do, is cause discomfort to our clients. So anyway, and then I go in, I don't worry about the cuticle area or anything like that yet. That comes after. And so, but anyway, you guys, today's about to be so hot. Not so hot, it's going to be like 95, which in Washington we're not used to that, so it's hot here. And but my house is really cold right now. I got all the ACs going on, and I'm under a little blankie with V. And anyway, you guys, so just, I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank everybody that interacts with my channel. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys just, give my channel meaning. I enjoy making videos. I enjoy explaining what I'm doing, and just doing nails in general. I love learning. I don't know if I necessarily like teaching, but I definitely love to learn and research things and continue to get better. And I think that's why nails have stuck for me, because there's always something to progress at, or finesse, or a new trend, or, so it definitely keeps me on my toes. And so I just don't stop practicing, guys. For the beginners, just don't stop. Like, it'll get frustrating. There were days where I stopped and was so frustrated because I just wasn't getting it, and I was like, oh, I had to walk away. And so, but just keep practicing, get your application down first before you start worrying about like ombres and nail art and encapsulation and stuff. You just really work on your acrylic application. The neater your application, the less filing you have to do. Worry about learning, you know, how your acrylic and your monomer, a perfect ratio for that with your brush too, because all those things will make a difference. Different monomer, different acrylic, different size brush, different temperatures, all that makes a difference. So definitely just kind of figure it out, you know, figure out what works best for you, and then work on getting that muscle memory and just getting it down. So that's, I'm sorry, I did take a drink. So that's just kind of some of my biggest suggestions, I guess. Like, I started out with all these colored acrylics and, you know, stuff like that, and which is fine, but I should have started with clear and nudes and got my application down first. But anyway, you guys, so now I am coming in with this is a 5-in-1. I believe it's a medium or a fine. I don't know. I have them both, and I just kind of pick whatever. And this one is a safety bit technically, so it's not sharp. You can still hurt your client though, so it's not. You still got to be careful and know what you're doing. These are some of my favorite bits. So actually, I have been noticing, so these ones, like if you look at the cut, they're straight, and then they have other 5-in-1s that are what they call cross cut. And I never realized that I like the cross cut ones more. Those are the ones I had more at the beginning of my journey, and then I started getting these, and they were more like straight. And so I didn't realize how much of a difference it made, but it definitely does. And so I'm going to be getting, I'm going to be replacing these 5-in-1s with my cross-cut 5-in-1s that I like. So that was definitely interesting for me to find out. I was like, huh, I didn't really notice or realize that, you know, it made that big of a difference. But anyway, you guys, so this is where I come in and I further seal the cuticle. You know, I always try to seal the cuticle when I'm doing my application. And then this just kind of reinforces it and just further seals it. And then I go over the rest of the nail, smoothing things out. If any areas are just off and need any, you know, touch-ups, I go and do it then. And now I'm coming in with my sanding band. And this is to, this isn't really to get like any shaping done or whatever. This is more or less to get the nail ready for gel polish. So it's getting out the marks that my 5-in-1 bit left behind, or just, you know, the little, you know, the marks. It, you know, it can leave marks and stuff. So, this is just getting the nail surface smoothed out, that wise, like in the sense of like marks from the e-file, and then it is getting the surface prepared for gel, which is, gel needs like a rough surface to stick to. So anyway, it is early, and I don't know why I'm having such a hard time describing this stuff, you guys. But yeah, so there's not really much else to explain on this. This is just my finished filing. Sometimes I go in and I buff. Sometimes I don't. I haven't really figured out if I like it or not. I don't know. For me, sometimes just doing this is enough, and it is fine. And then, I don't know, sometimes I go in and buff it after this and make it smoother. But anyway, you guys, so we are going to be getting ready to start our design here in a second. And this was fun. It was definitely, I definitely gave her a discount on this. I liked it because she kind of just gave me free reign. Well, not exactly. I don't know. So we had we had a picture, we had a design, and she was going for kind of like that little, just kind of galaxy black with some purples and stuff like that. So, and so this is what, we kind of came up with and stuff, but I wanted to add some more and stuff, but it just wasn't in the budget. But I did give her a nice discount, anyway, just because I enjoyed doing the nails, and, she had a budget and stuff. So anyway, you guys, this is Perfect Black by Madam Glam. That was my code up there on the screen, Rachel35. And so when I go in with blacks or even whites, I like to go in with a very thin layer. Like, I really drag my polish down and like fan out the brush to just get a nice thin layer. That way it cures good, and then the second coat, is there to fill in the, make it darker and more solid. So, I used to not, and then I would have problems with the black curing, like on the sides or maybe the thumb or whatever, so I definitely like to do it this way now, and it works for me. So, and then, see, you can kind of see it's like see-through, on the nail, but it's fine because at the end, after the second coat, it turns out fine. I don't know if I show the second coat or not, but I did do 2 coats if I don't show it. And, yeah, and so black, I used to hate using black polish because it was so messy. But as you polish nails more, it gets easier, and, but I still have to have my cleanup brush right there because, okay, so I didn't show the second coat. So I do a second coat of black, and then I come in with like a Madam Glam's base coat, and I kind of put somewhere I'm wanting to put the cat eye polish, right? And that's just kind of going from corner to corner. And there's 2 different color cat eyes, and so I just kind of put them in there and I let them kind of spread out. And then what I just added now was a glow purple, which is this color right here from Savvyland. So I added in some little glow streaks into kind of the middle galaxy part. So we did the cat eye, and it's just in that little center area, and then but it also kind of like bloomed out. So I don't know, it was super cool though. And then adding a little bit of the glow in it was super cute too. Unfortunately, I forgot to get a picture of it glowing. So that's my bad. But these cat eyes are so pretty. One's more of like a purple pink, and the other one's more of like a purple blue. And so we just kind of did them both, and I have it's an ombre brush, and I'm just kind of scooping some up, and then I'm just kind of putting it over the base coat, letting it do its thing, and adding in some of the glow in the dark. And then these Savvyland polishes are nice. They're more on like the runnier side, and then they're not as solid. Okay, so before I cure the hand, I always kind of wipe back over it with the brush because it pools and stuff like that. So anyway, but they do have really good colors, and they glow really freaking bright. So I definitely like them. I will buy some more when I run out. It was like a pack that I got on Amazon or something. But anyway, guys, so I just go ahead and I do this on all the nails except for that ring finger. We decided to do that one, the solid glow purple. And I love galaxy type nails or just dark nails. And, purple, I guess I'm liking purple, because I do purple nails all the freaking time. I've been trying not to do purple nails, but it's really hard, you guys. But yeah, purple has definitely grown on me, man. Especially like a purple and a black. Those colors go so freaking good together. But anyway, so we needed something else on this nail, so I come in here and I add Cosmic Sparkle from Madame Glam. Again, my code is Rachel35, and it will be linked in the description box, as well as the links to these polishes. And I add that over this glow purple nail just to give it a little more sparkle. It is kind of hard to see, but it is there, and it was a very nice touch. I cleansed the nails, and now I'm going in with my top coat, my favorite top coat ever, Madame Glam. It's my go-to top coat, and it's got that like perfect middle consistency. Like, it's not thin and runny, and it's not super thick. It's like that perfect middle that I like to work with. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Sorry it took so freaking long. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you guys in the next one, and stay cool, guys, because it's freaking hot. Bye.